Here we are back at the workshop, and we've done some progress here. So yesterday I went to the workshop and picked up these aluminum parts for the CNC router, and I already did some test assembly here just to make sure that everything fits well. And yeah, basically they do. It feels really sturdy, and let's take a look at it a little closer. Before we start, remember to subscribe to the channel. This is just the beginning of this story. We're going to assemble this soon and maybe take a test spin as well. Overall, the work quality of these parts is very good. They are water cut and machined, the holes and the threads and stuff in these, and they feel very good and they fit perfectly. There has been just a couple of slight issues. The only issue we have here is that these screws don't go all the way down on this level, so we have to make a little deeper cuts for the screws here, but everything else seems to fit quite well. Another thing I noticed was this part. This is the opposite side end plate. The cut for the screw on this side is at the wrong end, so I maybe have to flip these over, so I put this end on that side and this one on this side. So yeah, small tweaks. It really doesn't matter anything. This is perfectly exchangeable with this one. So this looks very good, and now I have test assembled this one. It fits perfectly. I won't do the final assembly yet. I still don't have the 2 axles needed for this motor mount, but maybe we can go on the workbench and assemble these, and maybe the X-axis and the Z-axis parts together as well. So yeah, looking very good and feeling very good as well. All right. These are the motor mounts, 2 of them. Let's focus on this one first. They're almost identical. Only difference is that they have this spring tension hole on the opposite side, so it defines on which side the thing should go. Yeah, let's start with this one. Now I just put these on here and this one on top, and here we have holes for the adjustment that we can tighten the belt like so. So yeah. All right, here we go. It was actually surprisingly easy. Everything feels very sturdy, fits very well, and the logic of this thing is obvious that this can move in these slots, and when we have the motor here and the belt here, we can tighten the belt with these 2 screws. So by tightening this, it will pull the belt tighter. There should be plenty of play to get the belt tightened. Yeah, let's do the other one. Both of them are now assembled, and yeah, they look just like in the plans, except in the plans these were blue. So yeah, I think they're good. Now let's put these on the side, and I go grab other pieces for the Z-axis. Oops. All right. This is the most interesting part of this machine. And let's see first which way this should go. So this is the top side where is these mounting holes. So let's put this like that. And these are the spacers under the Z-axis rails. This should go like that, and they are mounted actually from the other side. So now the spacers are in, and now I will fit these Z-axis rails in here, and maybe this ball screw as well. Let's try to put these rails now in. Alright, this is interesting. Cut for the screw head is too small for these. So the screw is definitely the right size. It fits well, this is just a slight play here, but the screw head doesn't fit in this bore, so that's a big bummer. Either we have to cut these screws down or make this bore bigger. Yeah, I think this smaller rail is designed to go with M5 instead, so that's a bummer. The M6 will fit, and I already have M6 threads in these, so yeah, I think I will bring some of these screws at the workshop and we will cut these slightly smaller to fit them in here. That's a bummer. There's always something, but yeah, that's why we do test assemblies, so we're not in very hurry with this thing, but let's try to put this ball screw in here. After getting the Z-axis thing all together, we assembled the gantry with a friend and it went very smoothly. Then I also installed the rails for the X-axis on that massive aluminum profile. Then I also put the carriages on there. And install the Z-axis plate. All right, it has been a long day. Most of the parts are in and I'm very happy. This looks so amazing and check it out. it also feels amazing. So all the parts mostly went in like a charm. There's only a couple of things I have to modify still. These plates under here, bore for the screw head isn't deep enough, so you can maybe see this beam is slightly on top of those, so I have to take those off and make them a little bit deeper. And other than that, there is not really much things. There's only these couple of stoppers that come here. I have to make some modification for these, but okay, this was very good, and now I'm getting some of these parts with me to the machine shop, and we'll modify these and make the shafts for these. So if you want to see additional videos of this amazing machine, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. And if you have anything to ask or comment, please leave a comment down below. It's really nice to have some kind of community around this. And yeah, let's continue at the machine shop.
Alrighty, back at the workshop again. So most of the things went very smoothly, but there are a few tweaks need to be made for these parts. So there's some holes and countersinks to made a little bit deeper, and there's some minor tweaks for this. I accidentally put 2 big holes, so we have to do countersinks for these mounting holes as well. And of course the axles that will mount these devices in here. They should be something like this over here, and we need to make axles to install them, and also the axle for the rack and pinion thing, and some additional things for the pinions as well. So bunch of small things to do here. Let's see what happens. I have to say, everything went together very smoothly. Everything seems to fit very well. Everything is aligned well, and yeah, so now it's just a few minor tweaks and we should be ready to go with this. So the only mistake in the plans so far was these holes. So I did M8 holes for these screws to mount to the carriages, but it turned out that the smaller carriages on the Z-axis, they actually have M6 hole. So when we put this M6 screw in here, you can see it's too big and it wobbles around. So what we're gonna do now is to use sinked bolts, and we'll make countersinks into these holes so they will fit in here and align the holes perfectly. So that's what we're gonna do for this. Then there's a bunch of other stuff to do. For example, this one, the bearings for it right here. I haven't really tried them in yet. So this bearing should go this hole. Yeah, it feels very snug fit. It should go there well. And this bronze pushing will go into this other hole right here. Oh, like that. It feels perfect. And of course we have to make the shafts for this and for that as well. Perfect. This as well. Actually, the countersunk bolt works very well. I don't know if you can see, but there's just slight sinking edge right in here, so this bolt will align itself. Okay, the bearings are in. They feel very good. They align perfectly, as I can see. Maybe you can see. They align perfectly. Now we have to make the shafts. Here is a drawing of them. So this one, we need 2 shafts that go through both of the bearings. And on the upper side, there is this wheel for the belt. And on the bottom, there is this pinion. That's for that shaft. And this another shaft will go through the other end, through the plate. There will be a Teflon kind of washer between there, and this is the bronze pushing, and there we have a nut on the other end. So 2 of each we have to make. And also we have this mounting thingy for the spindle, and as you can see, there is no mounting holes in here, so it should fit right over here. So we have to make holes for these bolts into this mounting thingy. But let's start by deepening these countersinks with this tool. Yep, and now it fits perfectly flush. And now when the beam is going to be top here, it won't be on these screws but on this plate. Now I'm doing the sinks for this mounting plate. Yeah, and now the plate's in and it doesn't wobble anymore, and it should be perfectly aligned. Next, we should modify these mounting screws for the rail here. And I think we're gonna do that just by sanding a bit so they will fit inside that hole. This thing is noisy and dangerous, so look out. Then a bit an innovation. Now it's much easier to sand. Now it's very much round. Only 12 to go. So next we're taking this piece of plastic. It looks like ordinary, but it is actually a material called Teflon, familiar from frying pans and stuff like that. It's very slippery and quite durable. So we're making a disc of this between the moving part and the plate. Well, you'll see, yeah. Now, let's get to cutting. Here we go. And now there's holes in the middle. Use the sander just a bit to make these smooth and nice. Like so. Now we have 2 plates to go between here. Let me show you. So this is the other side of the gantry. It moves like this. And this plate goes over that hole. We'll make the shaft here. And this, it goes over that plate, like so. And the motor goes here, and pinion will be under here, like so, and the spring will pull the whole thing this way. The whole weight of this moving thing is on this Teflon plate here, so looking spiffy. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. It's becoming way too long. We will continue in next episode by doing the rest of the parts. You may see some of them here, and making a kind of a final test assembly before putting this together all the way. And as usual, I want to thank you, my patrons, Paul, Yuri, Dave, Philip, a new patron, Niklas from Sweden, hej så mycket, and my first Finnish patron, Sampo. We will see you soon again. Bye!